All right. Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome to our, free Shiksha TOEFL classes once again. And we have just finished with the IELTS classes in the month of June with the detailed syllabus, which was covered, with all the subtopics, all the submodules, as well as in the month of July. Then we accelerated our classes, and we had them bi-weekly in the form of assessment and practice session classes. So now today we are here on 1st August. So this entire month of August we'll be having daily classes for TOEFL. So after successfully covering all the modules of IELTS classes and completing the syllabus in detail, explaining about the pattern and getting a very good response, especially in the assessment classes, where people were really satisfied with the answers and they got a really big help in increasing their scores. In the same way, we are here today to help you throughout your TOEFL journey now. And we have a very good news along with this, that we'll be having daily classes. Along with that, we have this good news that we are also affiliated with ETS TOEFL. Okay, so we are also in combination with them, and of course they are supporting us and we are glad for their support. Thank you so much. And again, I welcome all of you on this Shiksha Study Abroad platform with another set of daily live classes along with the daily doubt clearing sessions on TOEFL this time. Okay, so a very warm welcome again. And without any further delay, I would like to take you to our class, which will happen on the, a reading module. So we are basically covering the reading overview today. So we'll be talking about the reading module in detail. Okay, we'll not be reading any particular subtopic of the reading module. Okay, that means all the sub questions, all the subtopics, or you can call it as the sub modules under the same reading module will be taken care of in this entire week. Okay, in this entire week as well as the another half of the week. So basically, in 1.5 week, we'll be covering up the whole, TOEFL reading module. Okay, and then later on we'll go to other modules as well. So we'll be covering up listening, and then writing, reading. Sorry, not reading. Reading we are taking up in 1.5 weeks of August, first 1.5 weeks. Then we'll be focusing on listening, writing, and speaking gradually. Okay, so without any further delay, I would like to take you to the slide which you can see in front of you right now. So to be covered, that means what are we going to throw light on today? That is reading module overview, pattern, syllabus. Then we'll talk about the modules, what kind of modules are there, and then general tips, okay, about the TOEFL exam. Then best books and references also I'll give you in detail. All right. Okay. So let's start with the class, guys. So as you can see here, TOEFL exam pattern. So today I would like to talk about, initially I would like to start my class with that what is the TOEFL syllabus and overview about. So you can see in front of you right now that, section reading. So reading, number of questions, 30 to 40. Okay, then duration 54 to 72 minutes. Now let me also tell you that this is the older syllabus which I'm comparing with. Now we have come up with another set of latest changes and alterations, you can call, in the whole exam pattern of TOEFL. So initially we'll see what are the differences. That means first we'll see what was the older syllabus like, and then we'll see the changes, what are the upcoming or latest changes which have come up recently. Okay, so as you can see, reading had 30 to 40 questions, and time which was taken earlier was 54 to 72 minutes. You were given at least 3 to 4 passages, okay, which were given, and the candidate will have to read and answer the questions based on the passages. It's just like IELTS, but yes, there are many changes and many differences between the pattern of IELTS and TOEFL. So that also we'll discuss in the upcoming classes. Okay, then in listening you can see here 28 to 39 again, and duration of the class, duration of the exam was 41 to 57 minutes. And then candidates will listen to lectures, conversations, classroom discussions, and answer the questions based on them. That means again from the passages. So this was the idea behind reading and listening. Let's see what was the pattern before in speaking and writing as well. So speaking had four, tasks you can call, and 17 minutes were taken in total for the speaking class. Okay. Then for speaking, what did candidates do? Candidates will be asked to present a topic based on their knowledge and speak after reading and listening to some tasks given to them. Okay, so this was the basic idea behind the speaking module. Now, the writing module had two tasks and 50 minutes were there in total. Test takers will be writing essay type answers based on some reading material and support their opinion while writing. Okay, so this was the idea behind writing. Now, if we look at the latest syllabus, then you can compare it with the previous slides once you rewatch the video. Okay, so let's see what are the latest changes which have come up in 2023. So from 26 July 2023, the TOEFL IBT will undergo several enhancements, one of which is reducing the test duration to just under 2 hours. This change will make it the shortest of the three most commonly used English language tests. Okay. Here is the revised TOEFL exam syllabus. So let's see what are the changes. Now, as you saw that earlier, the number of questions were, more in number in reading, but now it is just adjusted up till 20 questions, and the timing has been reduced to 35 minutes. Okay, then in listening you can see 28 questions. Okay, the number of questions were 28 and is 28 and timing is 36. So this is the latest syllabus and latest number of questions and the timings which have come up according to the TOEFL syllabus. Now, if we talk about the speaking module, then speaking has again four tasks, so there is no particular change in speaking. Again, 16 minutes, 16 to 17 minutes is the timing for speaking. If we talk about writing, then writing again has two tasks, and 29 minutes in total have been given to you to complete your writing section in the exam. Now the exam will take place and will be completed within 2 hours. That means approx 1 hour 56 minutes, like that. Okay, this is the total timing which you will be taking now onwards in your TOEFL exam. So you can see that there is a huge difference. Now let's see what are the modules for now. And as I told you that I will tell you about reading, so I have placed the other modules as well just for your help to just get a glimpse of it. Okay, so this particular information basically I'll be giving you around, whenever I'll be teaching you a new module, that moment I'll be providing you with the latest information, the latest changes, pattern, as well as I'll be giving you a summary of what comes under each module. Okay, so that if you miss it out in any of the classes, then you can always revise in that particular live class where you're attending it. Okay, so if I talk about the reading part, then reading module has two passages and each 700 words, multiple focus passages, and compare, contrast, cause, and effect. These are the kinds of examples of the multiple focus passages on the basis of which the passages will be based. So 10 questions for each passage will come, and estimated timing which has been taken for the reading limit is 35 minutes. Now, score scale would be from 0 to 30. Now, as you know, there are 4 modules and each module has been divided into 30 marks. So obviously 30 into 4, 120. 120 is the total score of your TOEFL exam. Okay. Now, if we talk about the listening part, let's throw some light on listening now. So listening will have 3 lectures and with some with classroom discussion. Okay, some of them. And then each lecture will be around 3 to 5 minutes, and the number of questions will be 6 questions each. That means 6 questions each lecture, like that. Okay, then there will be 2 conversations, each 3 minutes, and 5 questions each. Estimated time is about 36 minutes, and again the score scale would be 0 to 30. If we talk about the speaking part now, so speaking has 4 tasks. Okay, in total. One will be independent task to express an opinion on a familiar topic, and 3 tasks out of 4 will be based on what is read and heard. Okay, so it's basically like an integrated task where you read and you hear and then you give your response. So up to 30 seconds to prepare the response. That means 30 seconds will be given to you for preparing the answer which you need to speak. Up to 2 minutes to respond. Okay, sorry, 1 minute to respond. So total of 1 minute is given to you for responding to that particular question. Now, estimated timing is 16 minutes. That means your speaking exam would go for about 16 minutes in total. If we talk about writing now, the last module of this slide, that means two tasks are there, okay, in writing. Then one is for 20 minutes, integrated task, okay, based on what is read and heard. So this name has been, kept the same. Then another task, 10-minute writing for an academic discussion. This is the new task which has been introduced lately in your TOEFL writing exam. Okay, so earlier it was known as independent, but now you will get something writing for an academic discussion to state and support an opinion in an online classroom discussion. So we will discuss in the further upcoming classes what are these tasks and how do we solve them actually. I'll also show you some sample question and answers. So please do join us, with the help of the link in the description below. Okay, and you will be able to take all the classes which we are having for free. Of course, you do not have to pay anything, and I think and I will advise and it suggest all of you to make use of these classes as much as possible, because these are being held for you free of cost, and it will be held on Shiksha Study Abroad YouTube channel. So daily you will have to attend the live sessions which will go for about 1 hour, 5 to 6 p.m. every weekday. Okay, so coming back to the slide now, so estimated timing for writing is given as 29 minutes. Okay, so there is no particular change in timings you can see, and score scale is again 0 to 30. Now, if I talk about the latest or the current changes which have been made in the syllabus or the exam pattern of TOEFL in 2023, then let's read about it. A shortened TOEFL IBT test for administrations beginning 26 July 2023. The test will now take less than 2 hours to complete. Well, that's a good news, right? Because was always had a very big hype regarding their, timing and all. So this timing has been reduced just to reduce the pressure of the exam, which was previously 3 hours. So it was a very long time. And as a result of streamlined instructions and navigation throughout the test, okay, so this has been made easier for the candidates who are willing to give their TOEFL exam. Then a new modern writing for an academic discussion task, which replaces the previous independent writing task. Okay, so again, as I said, there is no independent task now. Okay, and there is a new task which is known as writing for an academic discussion, which has been lately introduced in your writing section. So a shorter reading section, that means passages have been reduced in size and length. Okay, so it makes it easier for the TOEFL candidates. The removal of all unscored test questions. So there were earlier, optional questions as well. So if you attended those, then the best of five or the best of four were taken into consideration. But now there will be no scores given for any, there is all a removal of omission, or, all these sections which were unscored have been omitted. So removal of all unscored test questions. That means there will be no optional questions. All the number of questions will be attempted by the candidate. Now, if we talk about in detail what were the changes, then let's read about it. It's very important if you're especially, willing to take the TOEFL exam this year or maybe this month itself. Okay, so now huge changes are coming to the TOEFL IBT in July. Here's what you can watch for. So let's see, what do we have to watch for actually. The test will be shorter. Of course, we know that, right? Because of the length of the passages and a new section in writing and also the reduction in timings. So it will take just about 2 hours to complete the whole test. Now timing has been reduced to 2 hours, and the reading section will have just two passages, 20 questions in total. Okay, the listening section will be the same, but no unscored questions. So there is no particular change in listening, but yes, the optional questions have been omitted. Then the speaking section will be the same again. The independent writing question will be eliminated, but the integrated essay question will remain. Okay, so there is no change in the integrated essay, but yes, there is a change and replacement of the independent essay and writing module. Now, there will be a new academic discussion, as I said, in the writing question. That means in your whole writing task. There will be no unscored questions and there will be no break during the test. So this is, guys, very important to know and note that there will be no break in your TOEFL exam, during your TOEFL exam. So for all 2 hours, for all complete 2 hours, you will have to sit in one go and give the paper. That means all the 4 modules of your TOEFL exam. So there will be no break. Earlier there was a break of 10 minutes, okay, after 2 modules, because the paper was really very lengthy and people really needed a break. But now there will be no break. So please note that. Now if I talk about the TOEFL exam marks pattern, then let's read about it. All the sections are ranged between 0 to 30. All the sections means all the modules. That means reading, writing, speaking and listening, and are combined in the end for a total score of 120, as I said. So ETS informs the candidates where the TOEFL exam pattern and marks are available on the site. The candidates need to understand how the score of each section is calculated in order to understand the TOEFL exam score. Okay, so the candidates also get a printed TOEFL scores reports after the 11 days of test. So you also get a report kind of form which will give you your evaluation. That means how many marks have you got and how well have you performed. Okay, so you get your marks and you come to know about the your performance and the evaluation in regarding to your TOEFL score report. That means the report will tell you everything and it will come after the 11 days of your main test day. Okay, so now as you can see, I have prepared mean score range according to the module. So this is a just quick glimpse over what we have done or already gone through. So let's see it quickly. Reading will have 20. Okay, mean score will be 20 and score range is 0 to 30. So as you know, 0 to 30 is the same for every module, and the mean score which is taken for that particular module is 20. That means for your example, reading has a 20 mean score. Then writing will have 19, speaking 19, and listening 20. So this is just a sample marking system which I have prepared for you, so that you can understand that how will you be marked. So the total will be out of 120, 78. So all the 4 modules marks or the scores will be added, and then they will be showed to you like this in your report form. For example, here the candidate has got 78 out of 120. Okay. Now, I have also, given you few good general tips for all the modules. This is not just for any particular module, but this is for, the whole TOEFL exam in general. So familiarize with the TOEFL format. This is the first tip which I always tell my candidates as well. So this includes knowing the different sections of the test, the test type questions that are asked, and the scoring system. Okay. Then second is research TOEFL score requirements. This is very important, guys. Many of you really ignore this. I have seen it. Why? Because the candidates really do not want to know that how are they, marked, or what is the pattern actually of the marking criteria. But as a TOEFL candidate, I think you should really know about your marking system, because then only you can prepare and have an aim, have a goal, right? So that you can prepare accordingly, that okay, I need this much score to get into this particular college. So this is how you can plan your study. Now, research TOEFL score requirements. That means different schools and programs have different TOEFL score requirements. Make sure to know what score candidates need to achieve their goals. Okay. Now learn academic English. The TOEFL tests candidates' ability to understand and use the academic English. This means learning vocabulary and grammar that is commonly used in college level textbooks and lectures. That means whatever comes, in terms of the English language, whatever you hear or whatever you learn in terms of vocabulary and grammar, that is very essential and very important for your, TOEFL exam, because there your basic level of proficiency in English language is tested, and you should be aware of few at least common words which are being used in colleges and universities outside, okay, where they teach in English. So yes, learn academic English. Then the next step is that use practice tests. There are many TOEFL practice tests available online and in books, right? So taking practice tests will help you get familiar with the format of the test, the types of questions that are asked, and your own strengths and weaknesses, right? So you should be aware of this, guys, that practice makes the man perfect. That is true, absolutely correct in the TOEFL exam as well. Let me tell you very clearly that if you're not practicing well, if you're not being persistent and diligent in your practice sessions, then definitely nothing would help you. Just by looking at these videos and memorizing, or just by rote learning few words in terms of vocabulary will not help. You'll have to practice, you'll have to implement what you saw in the video or what you heard in the TOEFL classes. So you'll have to implement that in your practice sessions. Now find a mentor. So if you know someone who has taken TOEFL and scored well, ask them for advice. Of course, you need a mentor. Why? Because in reading and listening, still you can check your answers with the help of the answers which are given in the booklet, in the end of the booklet, right? Or maybe from the Google. But for writing and speaking, you really need a trainer for TOEFL, or a mentor who can really check your writing skills and evaluate you on that. Or maybe you can take a help from someone who has already taken the TOEFL exam, and they know the pattern and syllabus, and they know what comes up in the exam. So yes, you can take help from them, because that really improves your speaking and writing skills. Obviously you cannot evaluate yourself, you need a mentor, right? Especially in the writing and speaking. Reading and listening is still something like manageable. So manage time wisely. Again, as I say for IELTS as well, I have said it in my earlier videos. So what you have to do is you have to manage your time really well. Why? Because it's a very time restricted paper, as you will not get a break also in between, so you really need to manage your time wisely. So guess the answers. Again, as I say in IELTS, that guess the answers and then go for the listening module, especially if you're listening to the audio or the reading passage after guessing the blank or after guessing the answer, because that really improves your way of thinking, and you actually come to the correct answer very quickly. So read all of the answer choices before choosing one. So of course you should, just not pick any one answer just by listening to the audio very quickly, or just by reading the passage and just one line very quickly and give the answer. No, you should not do that. If you're doing the reading paper, then you should read what is given before the answer and after the answer. And if you're listening to the audio and then giving the answer, then of course please guess the answer before you actually listen to what the speaker is saying. Then pay attention to grammar and usage. The TOEFL tests your grammar and usage skills. Make sure you proofread your answers carefully before submitting them. Practice regularly. As I said, practice is very important. And get proper sleep before the test. So this is a very common, general tip which I actually give to my students, because they really do not sleep before their exam because of the nervousness and all of that. But yes, I will actually suggest you not to be nervous. Be confident in whatever you know, and of course you'll be able to do well once you sleep and eat well, especially the day before you take your exam. So all these are very general tips which I have given for you. Again, a very general tip: eat a healthy breakfast on the test day. Of course, you need some energy to give that test, because it's not an easy test. It's a quite challenging one. And arrive early for the test. As I said, be punctual. Okay, I give this advice and tip in another set of migration exams as well. So the same goes for TOEFL. Stay calm and positive. Confidence is very important. If you're not being confident in what you know, then definitely nobody can teach you anything. But the thing is that I have seen many candidates getting nervous, so just don't be nervous. Please be confident, and of course you'll be able to do well, of course. And definitely the practice is very important here, as I said. Okay, so please do not go without practicing enough for your TOEFL exam. So TOEFL preparation books. Now I have a list of few books which I will recommend you to practice from. So first is TOEFL official guide PDF. Of course we know about it. And then we have the Cambridge preparation for TOEFL. Okay, so you can note down these books, and if you want to buy them, you can buy them online, or they are also available in any bookstore offline as well. And then we have Barron's Essential Words for TOEFL, 7th edition, and also the latest edition if it has come up lately. Then Barron's TOEFL IBT 17th edition, I think that's the latest one, and Kaplan TOEFL IBT Premier. So these are few of the books and references which you can actually go for, okay, just to improve on your score and not to be left behind, because of the minor mistakes. Now guys, there is another a very big surprise here, especially if you're really serious for TOEFL and if you want to get registered with us, and you want to get more free content on every module which we are having, or you want to download the mock test paper, then definitely you should go with these codes which I'm providing you right now on your screen. So the code is basically this one, coupon code SHIK 602023. So SHIK 60 2023. Okay, this is the same code for both the courses. So if you want to avail these, please get registered with us and apply these coupon codes so that you can have the best courses on the best prices. So this is for GRE, and this is for TOEFL IBT plus GRE. So you can see both the codes have been given here, so you can use any of them and avail the discounts, right? So guys, this was all in terms of PPT from my side. So now if you want to ask any question regarding the TOEFL exam, you can put your queries down. So this is the best part of the class, I must say, and I also really enjoy it. And yes, I'll be willing to see your questions now, okay, on the comment section. So if you have any doubt and query regarding today's class, or anything which you want to see in further classes as well, you can comment down in the comment section below, and we'll take it into consideration if they are important. And also please try to join these live classes, because you'll get the opportunity, and you'll get the chance to ask your doubts and queries on the TOEFL classes live during the YouTube session. So yes, I will advise you to join our sessions daily, because we are having it on every weekday 5 to 6 p.m. and the link is given in the description. So this link will basically take you to our landing page, the TOEFL landing page, where you will find the TOEFL calendar for the month of August. So you can click on the link, that particular link where you want to join the live class. Especially, every candidate has a weakness in some of the areas of, maybe some of them have the weakness in reading, so they would like to, or they will be willing to join the reading classes, right? So you can just pick up any class which is going on according to your own weakness area, and then you can join that, right? So this particular link which is given in the description, guys, that you can click on, it's a blue highlighted link. So just by clicking on it, you will you know uh, you will get to our landing page, and there you can find the TOEFL calendar. All right. So from there you can rewatch our videos. So whatever videos are going on live, for example, today's video will also be uploaded. All the videos live will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. So we have the YouTube channel with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. Okay. And this set of classes which are going on a daily basis, these are to help you free of cost. You do not have to pay anything. We have also provided you with the referral code which you can apply and avail the special discounts on the GRE TOEFL classes. So of course I would advise you, I would advise and suggest all of you to make use of these classes as much as possible. And thank you so much for the comments. That is really lovely to see that from so many places people are joining in. So good evening, ma'am. Yes, thank you, good evening, all of you. And this is really lovely. A lot of comments on. Thank you so much for the information. Well, welcome. So somebody is asking Prakriti. Okay, so Prakriti, your question is, ma'am, there will be test series also. We can practice more. Yes, of course. So there are many, books and references which I have provided you even in the end of this session. So you can check out that slide in this video, and you will be able to, you know, see that there are so many particular, series and the test papers which have been provided in these books. So I would really recommend you to go with all these Cambridge, Barron's, and whatever books I provided you in the end of the session. Okay. Okay, so somebody is asking, Maureen. Okay, so Maureen is asking, good evening. How special is TOEFL and For what use exactly universities work otherwise? Thanks. Okay. Welcome for the question. Thank you for the question, in fact, and for thanks, welcome. And yes, I would like to answer that question. So TOEFL is, basically testing your English language proficiency, especially if you're willing to migrate for the study purpose, or if you're, willing to migrate for any work purpose of yours, even if you want to go for higher education or secondary education, whatever. So in those terms, TOEFL really helps you. It is one of the challenging exams along with other migrating exams like IELTS, PTE, OET. We have so many now, right? So along with that, TOEFL is one of the most challenging exams, okay? And you will see so many universities in US and Australia, Europe, taking candidates who have given TOEFL exams. So yes, it is very important, and it is almost same in terms of modules: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. So you will see that all four modules are present in many of the other exams as well, like PTE, OET, and IELTS. So those also have the same modules. So this is basically you know uh, the speciality of TOEFL. And of course, for what exactly use, I have told you, people take this kind of exam. This TOEFL exam is taken by candidates majorly for majorly for studying abroad, migrating to English or native speaking countries for the study purpose, their graduation, their higher courses, and also for work purpose. Okay, so how many days prior we need to book the TOEFL date? All right, so somebody's asking Sanika. Right, so Sanika, I believe the same question has been asked to me many times in my previous videos as well, in relation to IELTS. So I would like to give the same answer, that when you are, really prepared for TOEFL, please do go for TOEFL exam. Then you can book your exam, from the official sites which have been given. You can also have the information on TOEFL exam from our landing page. You will get to know so much about the TOEFL, in these TOEFL classes which we are going to have in this month of August. So I will be basically throwing light on each and every module so that you can have a detailed perception of all the subsections of the TOEFL exam. And also how many days, it doesn't really depend. When you're ready, then you give the exam. But yes, it's always helpful to get in touch with the counselors. So also with the help of the link, you will be able to get in touch with our counselors as well. So we have expert counseling team who are willing to help you in your every exam, especially IELTS, TOEFL, PT, all of that. And they will give you free counseling. So if you want to connect with them, again, the same procedure, that you'll have to click on the link which is given in the description below. Okay, so with the help of that, you'll be able to know more about the TOEFL exam. Then Fatima is asking, how can we practice for the writing discussion task since it is a new in the writing section? A very good question, Fatima. Thank you so much. And I would like to answer that question. That don't worry, Fatima. We will be having a class especially on this particular module. Okay, so I will be taking every module in detail, and every module will be taken in detail. That means writing section also will be divided into two classes. So one day I'll be focusing on the integrated task, where you read and hear and then you give your response in TOEFL exam. And in another class, on another day, I'll be taking up academic discussion, this particular writing task. So I'll be showing you, in fact, a sample question and answer. I will also be showing you um, I'll also be showing you the particular tips about that particular question, and what are the changes, how is it different from the independent task which used to come earlier in your writing section. So of course I'll be telling you all of these things, so please do not worry about that. Okay, and I'll be covering up all the questions. So when we'll be covering up writing module, you'll be able to know about it again from the IELTS calendar. Okay, so, sorry, the TOEFL calendar. Please spare me, because I've just finished up with my IELTS classes, hence the mix up. Okay, fine. So I am going to take another question now. So Maureen is asking, how much do we pay for the exam? Okay, so Maureen, the answer to this particular question is that the TOEFL exam fee is around 16,900 INR, that means Indian rupees. Okay, so you can calculate it according to your own country if you do not belong to India. Okay, so the total amount is 16,900 INR, that means Indian rupees. All right. Okay, so now I would like to come to another question. Okay, so questions have finished. All right, guys, any other question regarding the TOEFL exam? So, if you have any particular doubt related to any particular module, then I would advise all of you to wait patiently, especially if you have any specific doubt related to any question type, subtopic. Because from tomorrow, we are about to start with reading module in detail. That means I'm going to take up one question at a time and I'm going to explain the tips. I'm going to show you the sample question and answer, and then we'll have a discussion about that particular question type in detail. Okay, so every question will get at least one day, or maybe I'll be taking 2 or 3 topics also in one day if they are easy to cover up, okay, within that 1 hour class. So yes, all these sessions, all these things will be provided to you in the class. So please do not worry about it. I'll be covering up each module in detail. That means I will be talking about reading, I will be talking about the listening, writing and speaking, all the tasks in detail, okay, along with their format, along with their pattern, their tips, general tips for that particular module. Then I'll be showing you the sample question and answers in the end. So please do not worry about all of that. Okay. Any other question, guys, to TOEFL? And please do not, forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because from there only you'll be able to access our live videos. You'll be able to click on them and attend them. Okay, so in order to attend them, please do register with us with the help of the link in the description below, and also please subscribe with us. Okay. Okay, so Maureen is asking another question, that is there a discount for international students? Okay, that is a very good question. So, Maureen, I think the counselor team or the team of the counselors would be really a helpful source to answer you all about all these questions. I think the counseling team would be the best people to talk about it in detail, okay? Because if you want to know more about, the reading exam, the TOEFL exam in detail, then definitely you should get in touch with our counseling team, because they will be able to provide you this kind of information, that is there any discount, or is there any special offer which the international students get on the TOEFL exam. So everything will be provided to you, free of cost from our counseling team. So, ma'am, you will be sharing the material discussed in class, so it will be helpful to revise. Yes, of course, Prakriti. So, we will be, discussing all the sample questions live in front of you, and they will get recorded. Of course, as I said, Prakriti, that you will be able to, rewatch these videos on our YouTube channel. But you'll just have to subscribe with us on our YouTube channel for that, and you'll just have to click on the link which is given in the description below, so that you can get registered, and then you'll be able to access the TOEFL calendar for the month of August. So, of course, all the material will be provided to you in the end of August. That means on 31st itself, on the last day of August, I'll be providing you with a full mock test as well, guys. So please be aware that if you are attending all the live sessions, you will also get one free mock test, which I'll be providing you in the end. That will be a PDF, and it will contain all the 4 modules, from where you can self-evaluate yourself. So you can give that whole mock test for free. You do not have to pay anything, you just have to download the PDF. And of course, you will be able to practice and see where you stand after watching all the videos in the month of August. So that will be a very fruitful practice for you if you are really serious and willing to give TOEFL on a serious note. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. So Maureen says, thanks, madam. Welcome. And Prakriti also says, thank you so much, ma'am. Welcome. So guys, all these kind of information and all these descriptions I'll be giving to you on a daily basis as well. So this is the best part of our, doubt clearing session is always the best part of our class, because we get to interact to each other, right? In terms of questions or in terms of general information about that particular exam which I'm teaching on that day. Okay, Bansal Kumar is asking, ma'am, GRE is compulsory along with TOEFL for USA universities. Again, Bansal, I think you would, you should get in touch with our counseling team. They will be the best people to talk about all the exam details, the specifications. That means which exam is important in which country. So that is the forte of a counselor, and they will be able to tell you, and they will be able to give you the best information about each exam and which one should you actually give, whether be TOEFL or be it GRE. So they'll be able to provide you every information on that. And for that, if you would want to get in touch with our free end-to-end counseling team, then please get registered with us with the help of the link which is given in the description below. Okay, so Nargis is asking, Madam, from where we should find the TOEFL books. Well, Nargis, I think you joined late in the class, maybe, or if you have not joined late, then still, I would like to show you this last slide. So, in this last slide, I provided you with the information regarding the books. Okay, so these are the particular books which I actually suggest my TOEFL candidates to go for. So these are the books which I actually also showed you in the end of the PPT when we were doing the uh, when we were learning from the slides. So you can rewatch this video either, or I have just shown you the name of the books again, so you can just note down them. Okay, and yes, so I hope that answers your question. So you have the name of the books now, okay, guys, and you have the information, the general information about about the TOEFL, and then you also have the latest changes in 26 July 2023, which have come up in the TOEFL exam. Okay, they have been initially started from 26th July itself, 2023. So these are the latest current changes in the TOEFL pattern and exam pattern. Sorry, and yeah, so this is all from my side, guys. If you do not have any question, then I would like to wind up. But yes, it was a beautiful session, and I got to interact, so many of you, and of course, this is good because we get to interact in the doubt clearing session, and this is the session which, actually happens after every class, every weekday, and every day. So yes, I would like to take, like all of you, to take the use of these classes as much as possible because these are free of cost, as I said, and we have just started with the TOEFL classes from today onwards, and this was our first day. So you can rewatch this video if you have missed out on any information. In fact, every video would be uploaded on our YouTube channel, so please do not forget to subscribe with us. And tomorrow also I'll be seeing you on the same timing, okay, at the same timing, so 5 to 6 p.m. every weekday we'll be having the class. That means from Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays would be off, no weekend classes. And of course, as I said, we are associated with ETS TOEFL. Now we are in affiliation with them, so they are also, a big support to us. So yes, this is a big news, and also I have told you about the referral code. Please do not forget to use them, especially if you're trying to register with the practice sessions, and if you want to know more about the TOEFL exam, then definitely you should get registered with us. And in order to register with us, you will have to click on the link which is given in the description below. All right, guys, so this is all from my side. It was lovely having all of you, and thank you so much for your time, guys. I'll be hoping to see you tomorrow as well on the same timing, okay, at the same timings. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad that it was helpful, and we'll try to bring in more for you. All right. So, yes, please do not forget to join us tomorrow at the same timing, 5 to 6 p.m. Thank you so much again, guys, and bye bye. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.